Oh boy, where do I even start? So I was sleeping peacefully today, and then I woke up. Actually, my sleep schedule is all over the place. So I woke up and I made the mistake of opening Twitter. And immediately I was bombarded with what Nvidia has now done. No boy, it does not look good. It looks real bad. For the future of gaming, just visual quality, anything, in every single metric, it just looks bad. And I'll explain why. Now, the problem that I have is it has many layers. Let's start with the first layer. The first layer is it just looks bad. So, contrary to my initial plans, I'm just going to talk about how bad this looks, because I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter just completely not getting it. A lot of people are focused on this. This seems like the obvious problem, right? Like this versus this. But let's ignore this for now. Let's just talk about the rest of the scene, right? It's not one-to-one. I think this NPC has passed, but that's fine. Let's talk about simple details that are in the environment. Just look at this and look at this. The first difference that you can see is, of course, the colors, because the colors are different here. Here, the colors seem more deliberate. Here, it's just a generic color thing. Like you have seen, like if you are on PC and you have played PC games before, reshade mods can do this. Like I've seen reshade mods actually get the color toning, and they can change that stuff. So that's the first effect that's happening. So nothing impressive per se. But now let's talk about the details. Now look at, unfortunately you might miss some of it, but still, look at the detail here, right? Look at this, and then look at this side. Now, if you want to, you can go to the Digital Foundry video and look at it yourself. Like it's literally 145 in the Digital Foundry video, which I am highly encouraging you to leave a dislike there because it's just shit. But anyway, look at the details here, and then look at the details here. This is so much more detailed and realistic than this is. Like if the whole point is photorealism, this still looks more real than this. So much detail is being lost because of this filter. Look at like the details here. Look at this area particularly, and then look at this area. By the way, this is a 1080p compressed video. Like I probably could put it on a. I can put it on a higher quality level, but I don't think that's going to change much because this is being recorded on a 1080p screen. But fine. I changed it in 4K. This is still the image, and look at that. Look at the difference. This is so much softer than these are. The lighting is different. Look at that umbrella, the texture that is there. This actually looks good. Look at this dustbin here. If you look closely and towards this dustbin right here, look at the pattern. Now DLSS has done one thing right. Like in the past few years that has been around, DLSS 1 wasn't great with this, but at least with DLSS 4.5, these edges get anti-aliased a lot better than they used to be. But look at it here. You can already see the artifacts. If you look close enough, like it's pixel peeping, yes, but that's the whole point. Like you can see the artifacts right here. Like it's there. So how is this looking better? People have said that, okay, at least the environments look better. No, it doesn't. Even the environments don't look better in this. Compare this to this. It's basically almost the same level of detail. Somewhere it's slightly darker. Again, all of the things that you're seeing here, you can do it here. You can simply make the textures look like that. You don't need an AI filter to achieve this look. You can simply do it already. Now let's look at some other examples. Let's look at the characters themselves, okay? I want you to look at this skin specifically. Like look at this, then look at this. Does this look more realistic? Yes. Does this also look like a extremely plastic hand? Also yes. The typical AI generated look that we have, I don't know what caused this, but something caused this, and most of the AI generated images that we have, as you can see in the skin here and everything, is that everything looks plasticky. This does not look like leather. This looks more like plastic. It has a plasticky sheen to it. This looks like leather. Does it look like the highest quality leather ever rendered in graphics history? No. But it still looks realistic a lot more than this does. I would say this is still, like this comparison still does a lot better. Like this still makes this look a lot better than the rest of the comparisons. Like this probably would be the best case scenario for DLSS 5. And not the hand, I just mean the jacket. Not the hand, because the hand already looks unnatural. Now let's look at the face. Do you see the problem here? Now you would say that, oh look, the eyes are more rounded, they're more 3D shaped and all that. But look at this image. There are fundamental details of the model that is getting changed. This is the kind of changes that we made fun of when people came up with that. Oh, I made this character look more beautiful. This is what we were making fun of. Now Nvidia is just doing it because they feel like this is something that people want. And another thing I've heard people complain about. Let me just get a quick comparison there. Where is it? There was a 145, right? Yeah. People even say, look, the hair has more detail. Like, not really. Like, the only really detail that we can see is that her roots are black, which again, you don't need Gen AI to make that. You can literally just do it on the model. You don't need to have Gen AI filter on top of it just to make her roots black. You can just do that. Let's look at some other examples. Like Starfield was one of those examples, and this one really did piss me off. Not this one. I was talking about the environment. I think here. Yeah. This is DLSS on. Right, I'll just mute the video. Right, and they will switch it off. Yeah. Compare this to this. Literally just a few seconds of difference, right? Just look at these two. What has actually changed here? The only thing that is in the DLSS 5 side of it is that it looks a lot bluer. That's it. Look at the detailing, look at the color grading here, and then look at the color grading here. It's just bluer. That's it. What's more photorealistic about this compared to this? It's the same image. Now let's look at the faces, because faces again is somewhere it's falling apart. Like look at this face. This is DLSS off. Now Starfield, while it has better faces than pretty much every other Bethesda game, it still doesn't quite get it right. But again, I would still say this is still better than Fallout and Skyrim. So there's that. But look at this, and then does it play or does it not? Is it before or after? Okay, I think it's before. Yeah. It's before. Look at this face. This looks photoshopped into the game. Like, it's so unnatural, and it's the same plasticky look that I was talking about, both with her and him. The skin looks like plastic. She looks kind of like a really bad Barbie doll, and I don't know what the counterpart for a guy is in this case. I don't know, G.I. Joe, I guess. It looks plastic. It looks like he was photoshopped off. The lighting does not match what's going on in the background. Now just take it 1 second further. Now look at the difference. Look at the difference between these two. The light coming from specifically from this area is casting shadows because his hat is casting a shadow. Where is that? It's just straight on head-on lighting for every single character. It is losing detail. It is losing that atmosphere when you go from this to this. What is the point of having ray tracing? What is the point of having proper lighting in the game if you're just going to write it off like this with a filter? You see the problem, and a lot of people will tell you that, oh, it looks so much better. But just look at it for more than 10 seconds and you will find problems. Look, I am not a graphics guy. I have worked in a gaming company before, but that was mostly in a testing role. So I guess I am more susceptible to noticing changes like these, because yeah, I would immediately say that, yeah, that doesn't look right, for me at least. But just look at this and compare it to this. The entire point of this image, the sun is here somewhere. But here that's not the case. It's like someone is standing with a studio light straight on his face. There are no shadows here. And as for the details, yeah, sure, his beard looks slightly better, but again, you can do that. The faces can be better. There are games where the faces are already pretty good. Let's look at some other example. There was I think Sarah's face, I think they were talking about. This is with DLSS. When do they switch it off? God damn it. I want to see it without DLSS. There you go. Now look at these two photos. Like, do they look like the same person to you? Like, look at the lights. Look at the lighting here. It's a very, like, I think it's inside the area that we are in. And the lights are coming from, say, the shadows are here. Like, literally the light is coming from here. There are shadows. That's what makes a face look realistic. Does it look good? Like, no. Starfield faces in general, again, are not good. But then look at this one. Yeah, there are shadows. But where is this light coming from? It's straight head on into her. That's because it's basically just it's not a filter. That's not how it is working. But the effect that it is generating looks like a filter. It looks like your basic standard as Instagram filter. Now, NVIDIA might be doing a lot of computation work in the background, but it doesn't matter when your actual image doesn't look good. Like, what's actually changing? There's just extra lighting here. Now, you put an extra light in this scenario, it will kind of end up looking the same. So what is the benefit of doing this? What are we actually achieving with this? Now, look, there was another example, if I know if I even find it. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Look, with DLSS off, look at that face. Does it look good? No, it doesn't look good. But then we have DLSS on. Now it has a lot of detail, but again, you have that same plasticky sheen as before. But I would say this is one of the better faces that I've seen. Like in all of the demos, this is probably the best. But that ain't saying much because the others are absolute dog shit. Like compare this, right? The only thing that is changing is that the lighting is like, it's completely getting rid of the shadows. Like the shadows are just gone. Look at the look here, right? The areas that are not in the sun are getting slightly shadowed. Here is just gone. They're getting rid of ambient occlusion essentially. They still have it, but less of it. It's just ruining all the lighting work that the game is already computing. So unless you're going to absolutely remove all the lighting and then do this filter, it doesn't make any sense because you're computing the lighting, you're already losing FPS because of it. Then you are actually removing that lighting with this filter. And also one more thing that I want to point out here, look at the character, look at the outline of the character. There's almost like a screen space sort of an effect going around. Look at this. He has a visible glow around him because what I feel is happening is that the AI simply cannot decide what kind of contrast they want on these edge pixels. The edges in these characters, they are not that consistent. Considering this, look at the edges. Now SSR used to have this problem, like SSR still has this problem, it's a problem. But the point being that these sort of things, we have spent so much effort into trying to fix these things. And now you're just like, yeah, no, this is fine actually. There were other, I think this was one of the biggest examples that was there. I just want to compare because like, it will just show you how bad things actually are. Look at this face. I think not the best angle here for this face to be captured. See, DLSS is on. Yeah, sure, it has more detail, but again, it has that same plasticky look to it. Look at the hair in here. It just looks like a plastic toyish hair. And now look at here. The hair actually has more detail to it, weirdly. Look at how harsh that shadow is because it's coming directly from top. Look at, oh, right, I went a bit behind. And look at how reduced the shadows are here. It is supposed to be shadowed. This area is supposed to be shadowed, by the way. I know it's going a little bit long, but this area is supposed to be shadowed. Look at here. The light is coming from here. Again, I went back. Hold on. And it is completely gone. Now I can go on and on and on. And there are honestly so many examples just from the showcase that they have shown. And keep in mind, this is what they are showing off. Like, this is the best case scenario for this technology. Yeah, they will say a lot of things, but this is the best case scenario. If they didn't think this looked good, they wouldn't have shown it off. So just imagine, this is the best case scenario. Now think what the worst scenario would be. Just imagine that. So continuing from what I was saying, like, you can see that at least as it stands, this technology is basically doing nothing. It's applying what is a glorified filter over what we are already rendering, which kind of ruins the whole point of what we are rendering. And let's not even talk about artistic integrity, stuff like that. That's beyond my scope, honestly. I'm more of a technical guy anyway. But considering what I have just shown you, like, it should be fairly obvious that this is not doing anything to improve the visual quality. If anything, it's reducing the visual quality in most places. Even when it's working at its absolute best, there are still trade-offs. And all of this, considering that, a lot of people even said that, this is just optional. You can just turn it off. Like, sure, it is optional now, just like DLSS was optional, just like RTX was optional, just like FrameGen was optional. But over time, these technologies will get hold on the market, and over time, it's not going to be optional. What happens then? Like, are we just stuck with these sort of plasticky graphics? Because some things, they are not going to change. Like Gen AI, like the way these models work, like that's not going to change. It's still a black box that they are barely tweaking. That's just how things work. Like from a technical standpoint, none of this is going to change. They are all kind of shooting in the dark, hoping that they strike gold, but we don't know when they will or if ever they will. Like I'm talking about LLMs and like other models like that. So putting the entire load of your rendering onto a model that is just generating details, or at least generating an image based on the details that are currently on the screen, I just don't see it as a viable alternative. And the way things are working right now, the way NVIDIA is trying to push this, and the most hilarious part is one of the sources actually said that NVIDIA is using 25090s to actually make it work. Like they are trying to get this down to a single die, but considering that right now they need 25090s to even run the damn thing, it doesn't seem that great. Like even if I consider like okay, forget current gen GPUs, let's talk about maybe 2-3 generations down the line. The way GPUs have gone in the last 3 to 4 generations, we haven't seen any improvement in mid-range. We have seen barely any improvement in the budget range. Like 5050s are barely beating a 3060. So considering that we haven't really gone up that much in terms of our graphical power, and only the higher end ever seems to go up, like if developers actually start using this technology, we would regress even further in graphics that we already have. Like the technologies like ray tracing, they sound cool on paper, and some developers have genuinely made some good strides with implementing them into their games. Like I personally felt Assassin's Creed Shadows actually had a decent implementation of ray tracing without compromising too much on the performance. It's still, yeah, of course the performance is still better if you don't use ray tracing, but like I still felt like it's kind of there. It was fine. The image quality looked fine for the kind of performance it was demanding. Again, that's my opinion. Of course, again, I don't know the technicalities. I don't know the exact details of how an engine runs. Like that again wasn't my department when I was there. So there's still some things that I don't know entirely. Like I know the basics of how a computer graphics engine works, but like, I don't know the entirety. So the final point is why I feel like it will ruin PC gaming or gaming in general is because of things like this. We have seen this before. Before DLSS, the approach to anti-aliasing was very different. People nowadays say that DLSS is better than native rendering. It's not really true, is it? Like you're comparing apples with oranges, because we don't actually have what we used to term as native rendering. Like people often point to the MSA in Crysis 3. Like look, there's so much performance that we're losing, and we are still not really getting good results in terms of anti-aliasing, except that is not the best approach for MSA. Like that's not the best case scenario for MSA. Even a 4x MSA can outperform that level of anti-aliasing if properly implemented. But no, the entire industry has shifted towards this more temporal anti-aliasing, which wasn't a great technique to begin with. It ruins the image quality, and all DLSS has done is made that technique better. So now people are saying, oh look, with TA it looks so much blurrier, with DLSS it looks so much better, but that's not really a good comparison because we don't have the good methods that we used to have. Like I am challenging you to do this if you own Assassin's Creed Unity. Like I'm picking Assassin's Creed Unity, again, Assassin's Creed channel, and it's honestly one of the best games to come out last generation, at least graphically speaking. So boot up that game on PC, don't put on TXA, put on MSA 4X. Just experience the game. You will understand what I mean. With the blurriness that we have with DLSS, it does crush a lot of details. Kind of like look at the filters. I'll put that back on the screen again. Look at how this filter crushes the shadows here. Like that's kind of always what happens with these sort of things, because what AI is doing, what an ML model essentially does, is predict. It is predicting what should be there, which you can never predict with 100% accuracy. You will always get errors. You won't get close to the native result that you want. Now let's move to ray tracing. Now ray tracing, yes, with Cyberpunk, with path tracing, ray tracing, oh, excellent technology and all that. But is it realistic? Can we have path tracing in our games for most graphics card? We can't. Unless we are running DLSS performance on 1080p, rendering from like 240p or some shit. No, it's not realistic. Even 5090s can't run it properly at 1080p. No, I think nowadays they can run it at 1080p. 5090s are powerful enough. But again, it's a fucking 5090. Not everyone has it. Like, it's even more difficult to buy it nowadays, especially with the graphics card shortages. And if you want to run it without ray tracing, well, there is an example. I'm going to put it on the screen, which compares like PC with the consoles. And consoles, since they don't have access to, I think, what was it? Was it denoiser or something like that? I don't know exactly what's causing it, but it is due to the lack of this proprietary tech that Grace just looks bad. The model looks like a really bad PS4 game or a PS3 game at best. Like, just her face model there. While it looks just fine on PC. Like, when I played it, it was fine. But when my roommate played it on Legion Go S, suddenly it wasn't fine. He was playing on the lowest settings, the face looked kind of bad. So that's the kind of thing that happens over time when these technologies start used by, when developers start using these technologies. Sometimes they start optimizing for these technologies, and suddenly now if you don't use them, you get a really crappy image quality that you can't even like compare to last gen games. That's the thing that is at stake here. So that is why I'm really worried on where rendering is going from here, because now that Nvidia has opened this Pandora's gate, pretty much everyone is going to copy them, AMD first and foremost. So yeah, this doesn't look good. I can just hope and pray that developers will not use this that much. But again, I know that will not happen because we are talking about big corporations here. We're talking about publishers who will literally sack a dev team who have shipped the best-selling game of a year. Like, yeah, that happened with Battlefield 6, by the way. Battlefield 6 devs got they got laid off after making a game that beat Call of Duty. Call of Duty, the game that pretty much always is at top of all the sales charts every single year. It beat Call of Duty, and it still wasn't enough. They still got laid off anyway. So when we have penny pinchers like that, it's really not a surprise that they are salivating over a tech like this. Like, yeah, sure, now you will just lay off all your artists and just make a generic ass game and put this filter over the top. Yeah, your work is done. It looks horrible. It's going nowhere, but you'll get your money, because most people generally don't care. Like, I care about the details. I'm talking about the details. But I saw 18,000 likes on that video. So yeah, 18,000 people actually saw that and saw that, oh no, this actually looked good. So yeah, really disappointed with those 18,000 people. You guys need better eyes. Anyway, so that's all I really had to say about this. I know I'm speaking in a low-key voice because I have a roommate. I'm trying not to disturb him. He's watching a video right now. So yeah, it's my inner voice that I'm speaking with today. Do let me know what you guys think about this video and this kind of format that I present in. It was just too big of a topic to ignore for me, because I woke up today and instantly I was bombarded with this. I just had to make a video on it. As for the other video, I know I said that I was working on an Assassin's Creed rankings video. I'm still working on it. It's a big one. It's going to take a while. I don't know how long, because I've started a job now. So, and I'm also working on my own project, which, by the way, it's a really funny coincidence that I was sort of speaking ill about Gen AI here, but my actual research project is about Gen AI. I'm doing it to write a paper on it. And yeah, it's the hypocrisies of life. So yeah, that's all I wanted to really say. That's the update for now. The Assassin's Creed video is still under production. Hopefully I can get it out in like a month. So we'll see what happens there. If you like this video, press the like button. If you disliked it or want to say something to me, if you want to scream at me, the comment section is available to you. If you want to scream at the people who are screaming at me, the comment sections are available to you as well. So yeah, do that. And I will leave you guys in peace.